Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had this one for a bit. I didn't want to rush and make a video, but I also don't really need 20 minutes to cover it, so here's a quick take that took a while to get to. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this great discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk, let's get right into it.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer shares that this gaming router had a very rocky start. When it first launched, it was plagued by bugs and incomplete features, making it feel like an unfinished product. Our reviewer found that these early versions were often outperformed by older, more established models, particularly when it came to Wi-Fi 6 and 6E performance. It simply wasn't the mature, top-tier device that had been promised, and was a frustrating experience for an early adopter. However, the story completely changed over time. Through a series of crucial firmware updates and what appears to be a few silent hardware revisions, this router has been transformed. All those initial bugs and connectivity issues have been systematically ironed out, turning it into the powerhouse it was meant to be. This client is now extremely impressed with its capabilities, noting that it delivers on its promises for blazing fast new-gen Wi-Fi speeds, even if the range for that specific new standard is realistically limited to the same room. What stands out now is the exceptional performance across the board. For this user, its ability to handle wireless VR with a Wi-Fi 6E connection is the best they have ever experienced, finally allowing for high-fidelity gaming without a cable. The coverage for older Wi-Fi standards is also fantastic, providing a strong and stable signal throughout the entire house for everything from laptops to dozens of smart home devices. The build quality is solid, with a design focused on heat dissipation, and it's packed with an incredible amount of features, from advanced parental controls and security to gaming-centric tools that genuinely help optimize connection quality. It took a while to get there, but this router is now a 5-star product that can handle just about any demand thrown at it.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer wanted to share their experience with this high-end gaming router. They're running 2 of them with a 10 GB wired backhaul and have been very impressed with the LAN and WAN performance. They've been using another brand networking gear for a while now and appreciate the AI mesh features. Our reviewer hasn't been able to test the 6 GHz channels yet, as they don't have any Wi-Fi 7 devices but plan to soon. What really stood out was the exceptional 4/5 GHz Wi-Fi performance, the best they've seen at home. The 5 GHz performance is so good that their Wi-Fi clients are finally keeping pace with their wired Ethernet devices, which is a big improvement. Setting up the AI mesh was straightforward, especially if you understand the basics, and having all network configurations centralized through the main router simplifies management. The built-in security options without a subscription are a major plus, offering useful features for home users. Gamers will appreciate the easy-to-use interface for tweaking performance, and the performance improvements are noticeable. Finally, the active WRT community offers possibilities for advanced customization. However, it's not all perfect. The router sometimes tries to be too helpful, like blocking access to the modem when the ISP has an outage, which our client found unacceptable. The URL filtering feature doesn't work as expected, and there's an issue with guest networking that can cause all Wi-Fi clients to drop. Also, the Wi-Fi occasionally drops out for no apparent reason, requiring a router reboot. Despite these cons, when this device is working correctly, it's fantastic. If the manufacturer can address the guest networking and modem access issues, this would be a really solid product. The reviewer hopes they pay attention to fixing even smaller issues, like the URL filtering, to make it shine.
Excellent! Let's find out what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer has been a long-time user of ASUS routers, finding them to be the best on the market and always opting for Merlin firmware over the stock version. After ordering this new router, our reviewer received it a few days later. The unit was purchased as used reconditioned to save a bit of money, but it arrived in its original packaging, a potential security risk. Setting up this wireless router proved to be a bit of a challenge, especially given that it had been a while since this client had configured one. The initial attempt to perform a hard reset failed, as the default username and password didn't work. It seemed the previous owner hadn't cleared their settings. Furthermore, the English quick setup guide was missing, replaced only by a Spanish version and a QR code for Wi-Fi 7 driver updates. Resorting to the reset button finally allowed access, and our reviewer was then able to log in and explore the interface. After a few hours dedicated to setting up everything with Merlin firmware, some further exploration is needed to fully understand all the new features. Remote management via phone was dismissed as an unnecessary security risk, with this user preferring local LAN access for router configuration. One major point is the size. Our reviewer warns potential buyers that this router is significantly larger than expected, practically double the size of a previous model. It is not designed for wall or ceiling mounting, although custom mounts are available online. Ceiling mounting could pose heat dissipation issues, while wall mounting may be a better option. Finally, this client mentioned that this router is future-proof, capable of handling DOCSIS 4, and the current setup utilizes 2.5G ports, with plans to upgrade to 10G in the future.
That's all for now. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe. Let's talk in the comments. See you in the next video.